Coach Chase, how are you, man?
Good. Thanks for having us down.
I'll tell you what, the scheduling this year has been crazy. It's always weather in the spring. It hasn't been too bad, but we scheduled this a couple of times, and I appreciate you making it work tonight. Your team is 18-12. Talk about your season so far.
Well, overall, we got 30 games in, and that's huge because most teams that we're playing have 14, 15 games in. So in the long haul, 30 games is going to help us out come district time, come regional time, all that stuff. Last night was the first cancellation we've had all spring.
Wow.
So, and that was against Deary Mason. Who knows if we'll make it up? You know, we've already got 30 games in. We really don't need the games. There could be league implications, though. We're sitting in second place, right behind Blissfield. So, if the games mean something, then we'll go and play them.
18-12 so far for the Hornet baseball team. You played 30 games, double the games that a lot of teams have played. Does that put a stress on your pitching staff, and how have you managed the innings for the guys?
Well, there's a little bit of stress, but we go 10, 11, 12 guys deep right now. Some of them are kind of young and unproven, but we've used everybody on our team with the exception of one or two guys. So we still got to get Andrew Wilcox a couple innings, but other than that, everybody's got a few innings in, and in the long haul, it'll be good come district and regional time.
Balance 1 through 9 in the batting order. Where have you found the strength of that order this season?
Well, the top three hitters are pretty good for us, and then day in and day out, and then we got 18 wins because our 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters can swing it. Mm-hmm. So we don't have a week out in the lineup. Even our 9 hitters hitting 291 right now, so we're tough outs from 1 to 9.
Yep, good stuff. Now, no challenge yet for your league, right? Brad Osmus won a game last night on a challenge call in the 9th inning. You get a bad call, you just have to deal with it?
I deal with it. I deal with it in a different manner than he does. Sometimes we have some arguments out there, but I haven't been thrown out yet, and that's a good thing. And none of my players have had to challenge umpires yet.
How the officiating be? How has it been so far this year?
It's been pretty good. We've had a few umpires here and there that coaches never like all the umpires, but for the most part, it's been pretty solid all year long.
Hornet baseball with Scott Chase, 18-12 for the Hornets so far this year, second place in the league. I want to ask you about the league. How does it set up this year? How's the competition level been?
Well, this is only our second full season in the league. Last year, all we had to do was split with Dundee at home, and we would have won the league. They came into our place and swept us. This year, right now, we're sitting at second behind Blissfield. They swept us at their place. If we win out, we have a chance to knock off Blissfield again, but they've only got 1 loss in the league. We have 4. So, but once again, they've got 6 games to make up where we only have 2.
So the Hornets off to a great start this year. Darian Allwart, one of your key guys in the pitching staff, plays some infield for you. Talk about his leadership this year on the team.
His leadership's been awesome for us. Instead of sending out 16 texts, I send one out to Darian. He makes sure the team gets all the info and make sure they're here at 5:50 like they're supposed to be. And practice times, we didn't even have our practice change till 3:30 this afternoon. We were supposed to practice at 4. He got that information out to him. He's been a good leader on and off the field. He's playing some first base. He's throwing strikes. He's swinging about 316 right now for us. So. He's a good leader. He's a silent leader, and that's important. Big D,
talk to you for a second. We had you in a couple of months ago with the bowling group, and now baseball season underway. You take that ball every couple of games and try to give you guys a chance, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk about your repertoire, your arsenal, as Jim Price calls it. What are you trying to do to get guys out?
I just throw strikes, let my defense work. That's a big part of my game. I'm not a strikeout pitcher, so I let my defense work.
Pitch contact, try to keep him in the yard, right?
Yes, sir.
So how many pitches are you trying to throw?
Like different kinds?
Yeah.
I throw a fast, curve, and a change.
My son, Owen, is 11. He thinks he can throw 9 pitches. And I keep telling him, hey, locate the fastball, big guy. That's the key, right?
Yes, sir.
You try to throw a knuckle curve out there or something like that. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You're getting it up there. Coach told me you're getting it up there mid-80s.
I wish.
Big D, how is baseball different for you from bowling?
Baseball has always been my one love. ever since I was young, playing in rec league and stuff. It's a lot easier to watch than bowling. It's a lot more fun, playing and pitching. I love pitching. I love hanging out with the guys. It's been awesome.
Danny Miller, talk a little bit, Coach Chase, about Danny and his contribution to the team so far this year.
Well, Danny's always been a leader for us. He's been on varsity since sophomore year. I think we brought him up a couple times as a freshman. He's pretty solid for us in the middle of the infield. He swings second in the lineup. Sometimes he leads off. If there's a guy up to bat that we want to swing the bat with guys on base ready to score, it's Danny.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a leader. He won a walk-off game against Hudson, league game, second game of the year. We're down 6-5 with 2 guys on, and he came through with a base hit. Now we win 7-6. It was awesome.
Danny, hitting with runners on in scoring position is probably one of the most important things in the game. Some people can't handle that. They get overwhelmed by the pressure. You're not that guy. You excel with runners on in scoring position. How have you been able to do that?
Well, with runners on scoring position, it's where you want to be as a baseball player, obviously. You want to be in that position to shine. My dad's always told me that when you're on the field, you want the ball to come to you. I want to be in the situation where I can excel for my team because, I want to win. It's my senior year, and I want to win out the league. And I want to do good things this year, so I get really hyped when there's runners in scoring position.
Do you try, are you trying to hit for power there? Are you just trying to make contact? What's your thought process?
Well, I've never hit a home run in my life, so I'm more of a contact hitter. I hit a lot of line drives. I just pretty much put the bat on the ball. Mm-hmm. I just focus on making contact, and the rest just kind of happens from there, honestly.
Do you try to shorten up on 2 strikes, or do you just let it rip anyway?
I don't have a very big swing on any pitch, so my swing generally stays the same throughout the count. I don't get, irritated with there's 2 strikes or 1 strike or anything. My swing is the exact same on every pitch. So I actually get a lot of hits, I feel like, when I have 2 strikes on me, so I don't really change my swing at all.
Big D says he pitches to contact, trusts his fielders, tries to keep the game moving. Is that your approach too, or do you trying to get some strikeouts out there?
Well, I've only started 3 games this year. I struggle throwing strikes. I do quite often throughout my life, actually, so I just try to throw strikes, and I try to throw a lot of fastballs. I've tried to work my curve in more this year, but it's not falling like I'd like.
What's your main primary position other than pitching?
My whole life I played second base, but this year I've played a lot of shortstop. I've played some second, some third, and I've played a few innings at center field as well. But generally I just play the middle infield at second and short.
How about the run game for your team? Is Coach Chase pretty aggressive on the base paths?
Yeah, we try a lot of suicide squeezes. We round third when the ball's already on its way to its cutoff, and then we try to score runs any way we can. Really, we have a couple really fast runners on the team this year, and I've always been taught to be aggressive. My brother Sean was a really aggressive base runner, and I learned from him. So, that's the way I like to play. I like to be aggressive. I stole home a couple games ago, and that was pretty sweet. First time I've ever done that. So,
that's an exciting play.
Yeah,
that gets the crowd into it, huh?
Yeah, it was. I had to talk Coach Chase into it for a little while, but I've been thinking about doing that for a long time, so it was pretty sweet.
Coach Chase, Austin Hawkins is a junior. He's an outfielder for your team. Talk about his role.
Well, first I'd like to touch on Danny Miller's
right on. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Let's hear about that.
He did keep looking at me and ask me, can I take home? Can I take home? Yeah, after we hit the ball, I had no idea what he was. He just kept telling me to tell Lash, take a pitch. I had no idea what he was talking about. So I said, all right, well, let's take a pitch. It was 2-0 on the count, so and Lash obviously recognized it, and he stole it home. I had no idea he was stealing home. So that was on Danny Miller, and that's just part of baseball.
Did he get to play the rest of the game then, or was that it for him?
He did. No, he played the rest of the game. There's one thing about Danny. He thinks the game in depth. He's always thinking the game. He's always thinking different ways to do things. Mm-hmm. And Danny has given me a lot of direction. Mm-hmm. He's the type of player that he gives you direction throughout the game and gives you ideas. Mm-hmm. So he's a good guy to have around.
So Austin Hawkins, one of your juniors, big contributor this year.
Yeah, Austin's our leadoff hitter. He's been there. He's a junior this year. He started on varsity as a freshman, back his sophomore year, and of course his junior year. Last year he was all-district, first team all-district, first team all-league. He patrols the outfield. I'd love to move him to the infield, but I just can't because he runs down so many fly balls. I mean, he works from gap to gap, and he tells our other outfielders, just, I'll control it. You just catch everything to the line, you know. So he's a huge leader for us. Like I said, he's a leadoff hitter, patrols the outfield, and first team all-district and regional, or all-league last year as a sophomore.
Austin, you had a ton of success just as a kid, as a sophomore. Now coming back as a junior, bigger and better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it rolling.
Yep.
Center field, man, that's a fun spot, huh?
Oh, yeah, I love it. Everyone wants to play that infield spot, shortstop, second base, third. I fell in love playing outfield. I like just tracking down balls and getting people's hopes down.
You ever get to leave your feet and get after a dive chance once in a while?
Oh, yeah. Every chance I get.
Every chance you get.
Yep.
What about the mental part of the game, hitting that cutoff for your corner guys? Do you guys work a lot on kind of making the smart throw if there is a base hit?
Yeah. The mental game is very big. There's Coach Chase and our old assistant coach, Coach Miller. He always told us 7 plays. To your right, hard and left, your left, hard or slow, and just 7 plays. You got to know what you're doing. And hitting you usually just want to get the ball in, and if it's a tying run, leading run, you obviously just want to gunner home and try to stop that run. But
can you muscle up and throw it decent from center field?
I do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Got an arm out there, huh?
Yeah.
Leadoff hitter, so important. Just try to get on base at the table. Is that kind of your approach, game in and game out?
Yeah, I always want to get on base like anyone else does. It's just leadoff hitter. You gotta take that role and be the guy to get on base and really focus on that.
Are you waiting on a steal sign, or do you have the green light to go?
Coach gives me the green light. But there's a couple times, if we're facing a good catcher or a fast pitcher to the plate, it'll be questionable, but usually I got the green light to go.
Well, congratulations on your season, Austin. Coach Chase, district's coming up. Obviously, we're going to wrap up the season, try to win that league title. Where is your district and when?
We play. We drew a pre-district against Homer, who's now ranked 5th or 6th in the state in Division III. They're 18-0. I went out and scouted them. I've sent a couple other scouts out. We're going to win. You know, we're just going to win it, and that's. And then after that, we play Jonesville, and then the finals will be either against Hanover or Lumen Christi.
Where's that game at?
It is at Lumen Christi,
at
May
Lumen,
27th at 5 p.m. You know, we're going to put the best team we can on the field that day and see what happens.
So the district is coming up against Homer May 27th at Lumen Christi at 5 p.m. We'll have, obviously, coverage of that ball game and the league games coming up. Is there a league game left that you really have your eye on that's key before you get to the districts? Well,
we play Dundee next Tuesday, and obviously we want a little revenge from last year.
Yeah.
You know, they came into our place and swept us, took the league title away from us. They are tied for second with us. So if we just go into their place and return a favor and win 2 games and give a little pressure on Blissfield.
Just keep the pressure on, keep playing good baseball, keep the guys healthy, and take it into the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're just trying to climb a mountain every day. You know, Coach Lowe always says that. Climb that mountain, get to the top when districts comes, and be peaking at the right time.
Appreciate you guys being here.
All right, thank you.